Hey there's Monkey. We're back, picking up where we left off in our Shogun 2 playthrough, and we're just going to jump right into the video. Enjoy. Okay, so, in fact, what we're going to do is we're going to hit these guys first, and they should run. I'm trying to clear a lane so that Oda could, well, he can definitely hit the castle right now, but no, I don't want to hit the castle, that's right. Oh, look. Some extra troops. There we go. I don't know how that song and dance worked out, but that's okay. This is where we just auto-resolve that. So that'll get him a star. Yay! And then I think I've got... I may not have enough movement left. That's okay. I don't want to keep this guy in here, though. I want to get reinforcements, and I'm not super worried about once I have this sort of zone of control over these two provinces, he won't be able to come in and hit me anyway. So I'm not too worried about it, and I don't... Pretty certain I'm not getting any experience for making him run off. So 52. I could hit this guy again and take his general, but then I won't have enough movement to get back in my province to recover strength. So I want to be here so we can be getting all of this very tasty replenishment. And then we're going to put him basically in... I don't know why I can't just walk across. There we go. I could, I suppose. Okay. Something good. +1 to command during ambushes. 15% increase to influence radius. I'll take that. Ambushes don't happen all that much. And that's campaign movement. Again, like that's what I do with all these guys are doing campaign movement, and then they're going into infantry leader because we have so many infantry, you know, under these guys, especially because we're doing the Ashigaru. I mean, this is the Ashigaru clan, basically. And then this guy, just to refresh, does army sabotage, also has campaign movement. So we're going to go and... I'm actually not too worried about this, what's going on up here. We just have them severely outnumbered. What I am going to do is put him in with Oda. I'm going to bring, with Nobuhide. I'm going to bring him down, and I'm pretty sure he's got one extra point because I'm waiting for that extra rank. Yeah, I'm waiting for one more rank. He's not that far away. 7 XP. I don't want to leave this completely undefended, and I see these boats coming over here. He might be coming in to block trade, although I kind of doubt it. I mean, maybe he's, you know, going to mess up this navy. I don't really know. I'm not sure yet, but I'm going to bring him actually back over. I'm going to bring him over to here just to put him closer to the action, and then we can put this, we can embed this ninja with him. All right, and then I do want to replace a lot of his troops at some point. I want to replace, you know, most of these guys as units as far as that goes, but I also want to... Yeah, I'll just leave them there for now. I just, you know, I want to be able to get an army down here to Totomi if I have to, if things go really bad, which... Let's just check diplomacy really quick to make sure the only people that are hostile are the people we're at war with, so that's a good sign for us. We are unfriendly with Takeda, and he's allied with Hojo again. I think their alliance had been broken before, so I'm a little concerned about that, but that's okay. And then we have trade. We still do not have trade with the Kiso, and I don't think they're ever... I'm not gonna offer them money to take a trade agreement, so... Okay, well, that's pretty much trade with everybody. If I wanted to sell a little bit of military access, I think I could sell it to the Hojo just to try to take out some... Yeah, it's got no military access, so we'll try to sell him 10. Oops. 10. Yeah, satisfactory. Okay. Well. That looks good. Because I don't plan to go to war with him. I'd rather have him have to break, break an agreement or whatever to go to war with me. The last thing would be to check with the... I can't give these guys access. I don't really want to give the Ashikaga access at this point. And then that's it. Right. Well, that was a faster... Should be a faster turn. Want to start taking... Those guys can just roll on by. Okay. Okay. I think we're good. Loyal retainer. +1 to command. Okay, well, that sounds great. And then we're sitting at... This guy's at 52. So if he wins a battle, he can go up another level. That would be cool. I'd like to get Nobuhide up another level as well, and I'd like to get him up, obviously. Alright, well, first things... Oh. Look at all these generals. Alright, good. So those guys both ran. And then I just wanted to make sure, yeah, you don't get any XP for somebody running. You do get XP for squashing them. So he's going to go in and take out one of them. This is not the... That's the Commissioner for Warfare. So this must be the... Yeah. The Daimyo and the Heir. Which I don't think we can reach with this army. Actually, I can. I think if I... No, we'll do this. I don't need to... These are the fights you don't need to be auto-resolving, or you don't need to be fighting manually. And he's going to get morale for all units under his command. Melee attack. Yep, we don't need sword infantry. So +1 morale for everybody under his command. That's great. And then he's going to get stand and fight, and then melee attack and melee attack. Okay, and they're not getting replenishment, which really doesn't matter too much. We're going to start rolling those guys in together. Just because I have more troops coming in. I'm doing okay with income. Income's good. We're over 3K a turn, and we're sitting on 20K. Like I said, another turn we're going to be spending. We need to spend about 16K upgrading all of our farms in, I think, one turn from now. So we're going to knock these down a little bit by combining this 2-skill guy with that guy. And then, oh yeah, I forgot. They cap out at 150. I don't know what I was thinking. I was thinking it was 200. Well, in that case, we'll combine those two. Yeah, looks good. And then in this army, we don't have any to combine. We do have some movement left, though. Actually, it looks like we do have enough movement to take out this general, which I think is what we're going to do. Is he just a... Oh, no, he's a daimyo now. Same thing, just auto-resolve it. I don't think they... Well, they can. I want to make sure they could get in range of each other. I'm pretty sure this guy has no army left to speak of. So we'll just go through and scout just to be sure. Yeah. And then we want to be bringing these guys over. Eventually we're going to put them into... Well, eventually we're going to be getting rid of some of these really bad guys. I don't know if I can get them over here. Actually, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to buttress this guy's army first. Yeah. Oops. There we go. And we're just going to put this guy over in Omi. Just because that's going to be the riskiest area for a while. I mean, I could also send him down to Totomi, because that's also a border area. Eventually, I do want to kind of get maybe a half a stack of these, you know, not so great guys down there. Yeah, we'll send these guys this way. With regard to the Long Yari, like I'm recruiting some of them now to flesh out my units, because they're the clan-specific unit for the Oda, so I'm going to be leaning into those clan attributes a lot. I may eventually add a couple Yari Samurai, but when you look at the price of the Yari Samurai compared to a regular Ashigaru, and this is particularly when you're in the early, even to mid part of a campaign, the cost is 3.5 times the cost of your regular spear, your regular Yari unit, and the maintenance cost is 3 times the cost for upkeep. So, you know, if you had in other words, if you had one full stack of Yari Samurai, so 20 units of Yari Samurai running around, you could, for the same amount of upkeep, you could have 60 units of Yari Ashigaru, you know, running around, or mixed between Ashigaru and Bo Ashigaru. So early game, the cheapest units are the best because they allow you to look bigger and stronger and tougher, and they are. I mean, they, you know, more units wins out over less units sometimes, particularly in the early game. And then late game, you start phasing in more samurai. At least that's the strategy that I do as far as my playthroughs go. And then we're not doing any upkeeps here, and next turn we'll get the farm upgrade. Nobody else needs anything as far as that goes, and I don't think anybody increased in rank. Nope. Okay, so next turn we're going to be heading into Tango with our armies. Okay, I see. I'm just keeping an eye on Hojo because he's got lots of boats. And Takeda's got lots of armies in Shinano. Great. I am not going to... +1 clan-wide happiness actually is not a bad deal. That will definitely keep, particularly when you take over new provinces, it'll keep them happy. But 3 turns of that versus getting... I think I want to get fire arrows first, and then I will grab the clan-wide happiness, because obviously right now I'm fine as far as people being unhappy. And then I don't know if I'm going to be able to get to Chinindo. Maybe I will. Okay, so the plan is, like I said, to skip... Oh, I guess he's blocked. That's okay. So we're going to take Tango with this army. Tango? Something like that. And since I'm going to create a vassal out of this, I don't care if the walls break. Now, normally I would fight the battle. If you fight it automatically, you destroy the castle gates, and then you have to repair them. But since I'm going to be turning this guy into a vassal, I don't really care. All right. So we will reinstall. Okay, and I guess if I have enough movement, which I don't, I was going to say I would head on and take out that province too, but I don't. So we are stuck. Somehow we... Oh, I see, because he's got an army here now. I mean, there's nothing that's preventing me. It really just means that I would have to take over this province if I destroy it. Yeah, pretty much stuck in here. Maybe I can fix that. No, I can't get past him now because there's nobody to use my movement to attack. Well, that's interesting. All right, let me just double check what's going on over here. All right, this is just a 1-unit army with a couple guys sitting in it. Not super worried about it. And then this guy needs... We're going to do 2 more rounds of... Let me double check if I have any other buildings here. This is where we got 22k, so we have to upgrade the terrace farm and pretty much every place that is at least fertile and very fertile. So, and since that's most of my provinces, that one's average. Okay, so that brings me down to 14k, and then I'm going to do this one as well. Yeah, and that's average. So 12k. All right, we'll do this one too. Well, there's more than half my money, but it'll creep back up fast. I'm gonna do 2 more rounds of upgrades on the... Hold on, I want to build this armory for sure. That's my plan. 2 more rounds of upgrades on the... Not upgrades, sorry. 2 more rounds of recruitment for the long Ashigaru. And then I think that will give me enough for most of my armies to at least have, a couple everywhere. These guys actually probably should just come down here. Yeah. And then we'll trade those guys for... We're keeping these bows for now. We'll take those 2 guys out. Oops. Okay. And then these two guys we're going to actually send down to here just to kind of put them on, you know, guard duty. If something happens and, you know, I want to be able to, like, maybe pull some units out just to try to slow an advance of an army, because this guy's got a lot of stacks sitting right here. I know this isn't his territory, this is Kiso's territory, but I mean that's a lot of army. And then that's right, we're stuck over here. And I'm not sure why. All right. Well, these guys will join them just in case this guy pops out with an army and decides to hit my guys here. Man, I don't know what to do about this. I can't have my general stuck here. His whole thing was going to be to move down to Tamba and take it. I mean, he can take all of them, I guess. Just a little bit of an annoyance. And then same thing here. We're just gonna, these guys can just keep recruiting the whole way. Yeah. So nothing will ever get better there for those guys. I think that is all I want to do. Oh, that's right. The clan that I encountered, as far as that goes, the new clan that I installed, the Takaoka, I can't trade with them yet because I don't have my trade ports blocked over here. It's, you know, on fire or whatever anyway. The one that I do have. And then and also because of this province right here. So maybe, I don't know, maybe I just take this province out anyway and not worry about it. No, I'll wait a turn. See what happens. Actually, I'll bring him up a little bit. But I think that's it. I think that's all I want to do here for now. Yeah. So Hojo's going off and fighting in that direction, it looks like. I don't know what this guy's doing. He's saving up a big army for Realm Divide, apparently. Well, I definitely have enough money in the treasury for a general. Great. So what I needed was a general for, like, the crap army that sort of holds down the back area or keeps the vassals in line or whatever kind of thing, you know, because eventually when we hit Realm Divide, stuff's going to go a little bit crazy cray. Okay. This guy's our vassal, so we can hit... What a pain in the neck. Who do I want to... Maybe I can split my army. This guy clearly has nobody. Yeah. Go down here and see if there's anybody over here. Okay. So he's got a few troops in this area, and he's got, like, nobody here. So what I could do, if I split my army up, I can send my general down here to knock this one off. And then... Yeah. What does he got here? He's got, like, one or two units, something defending. Basically, he's got the, whatever, you know, the standard guard. So I could take, you know, that and just hit this place. Oh, plus we got this guy over here. Yeah, that should be good enough. And actually, since I'm going to vassal him, I don't need to. I'm just going to auto-resolve this too. I was gonna use my bows and go in and just kind of take them out because I'm not going to lose anybody. Well, I didn't lose anybody anyway. And there we go. Reinstall Yamana. And then this guy, roll down here. Reinstall Hatano. Now we're acclaimed, which is fine. I don't remember the numerical breakpoints, but that probably puts us around 75, I think, something like that. And then somebody got brave. Oh, this guy. Great. Awesome. So even more morale for units under his command. Ooh, 11 morale on the Ashigaru. Okay, so those guys are fine, and then that basically brings this guy down to 1 province. So, and it's going to be the same situation. We're just going to auto-resolve because I'm just going to reinstall him once I take him out. All right, cool. So that ends the Sakai. That gave us a number of vassals. So one thing to consider when vassals, actually there's a lot of things to consider, and I'll do a separate video on this, but since you're watching the playthrough, you get the benefit of this right now. Vassals come with good and bad. In this situation, because it's a lot of good because they all have their own armies. So they're going to defend all these broken gates. They're going to pay to repair them. They're going to build their own armies to defend this northern region, basically, against anybody who decides to go to war against me. Some of them may actually build navies too, since this guy had ports. Clearly he can build navies. They may build navies and then defend my trade lines as well. Now that I have all 4 of them here, and you don't pay the upkeep for the armies. You don't pay to do any repairs, any of that stuff like that. And on top of that, I can go to the Sakai, who is now my vassal, and I can say, all right, well, give me a trade agreement. So that's the Sakai, and then I can go to, the guy next to him. I forgot who is the Takaoka. Takaoka won't trade with me. It says the ports of my home province are at full capacity. I'm not really sure why. The Yamana will trade with me over water, though, so I don't really know. I don't know what the problem is with that. But that's okay. So, get these guys to trade with me, and then the Hatano can trade with me over land.
Welcome. I'm here to...
So that's 3 out of the 4 that I got to trade with me. The Takaoka, at some point, I think I'll be able to force to trade with me. I'm not really sure why I can get the Hatano to trade with me over land. I guess maybe they're going through Kyoto. Maybe. But these guys won't. I don't know. But still 3 out of the 4. So now if I go to finance and I go to trade, so that's, where are they at? Sakai's 238, Yamana's 237, and Hatano's 240. So 700 more koku per turn. Yeah, I'm not getting taxes for the region, but I don't have to pay, I don't lose. Keep in mind, so let's re-encapsulate all of the vassal bonuses here. When you take over a province, the tax rate that you can collect from all of your other provinces goes down. It's the administration cost. So the more provinces you have under your direct control, the more of an administration penalty you have, and therefore the less taxes you actually get to collect from each of your provinces, including your really wealthy ones. By adding vassals, those are not direct control provinces, therefore your administration cost doesn't go up because your vassals are administering their own provinces. And you get to force them to trade with you. So like I said, I just upped my income by 750 koku, which is pretty solid. The income, if you look at like one of my wealthier provinces like Echizen, they're getting 900 in tax income every turn, which is pretty solid. Now that requires me to have that Metsuke, that trained up Metsuke with like 4 or 5 ranks in town overseeing. These guys have no town overseeing, like I said, and they're still between the 3 trade agreements. Eventually it'll be 4, but 3 trade agreements, 750 koku a turn. The drawback of vassals is going to be that the ones that you make your vassals before Realm Divide will eventually turn on you. Now, they're going to have a certain amount of loyalty built up. If you look at Hitano, right now he's got plus 100 for military alliance, minus 100 for past grievances. Now, those will both go down over time, and we also have a trade agreement, which is going to go up over time. Past grievances goes down at recovers, basically, goes up at 2 a turn. Military alliance goes down 3 a turn, and trade agreement goes up 1 a turn. So as long as you have you forced this guy to be your vassal, and you have a trade agreement with him, that the minuses and the bonuses will basically all stay the same at that point. But eventually, once you hit Realm Divide, you're going to start getting the big bonus, the big penalty, I should say, for like either territorial expansion or just a flat, I think it's called Realm Divide, and it just builds up over time. So eventually this guy's going to turn on me. Eventually the Sakai as well will turn on me, etc. However, that's very predictable and very known. So when I know that I'm going to hit close to Clan Divide, or not Clan Divide, Realm Divide, I'm going to make sure that I will have an army somewhere in this area that will be able to, a strong army that can deal with each one of these guys. You knock out whatever their army is, and then you revassalize them. Or what might happen is, if they don't flip at the same time, if they flip, turn by turn, one might flip on you, and then your other vassals jump on him, weaken his army, or his army's off kind of fighting, and you just take out, literally what I did. You just run in and take out their castle, reinstall them as a vassal, and then they're loyal all the way to the end. And I wanted to show you too while I was looking at that. Now, Kitabatake, for example, has no past grievances against me. So he only has a military alliance and a trade agreement as far as that goes. So at this point, we don't have to take 50 turns or whatever it would take to get rid of the past grievances. So he'll actually be a little bit more of a loyal vassal than the Takaoka will be. So Takaoka is coming from a negative 49, Kitabatake is sitting at a plus 58. And that's just going to keep, eventually over time, slowly kind of going up. But there's some other stuff to it, and maybe I'll go a little bit more in depth some other time. But okay, so we've wrapped up the war with the Sakai, and I think this is a good stopping point. The next steps that we're going to have to undertake is going to be to decide, what trade agreements and deals we make with now our new neighbors all along our border here, and who do we end up going to war against. Now, we already have Kyoto pretty close to surrounded. We've got one other clan over here, the Hatakeyama, who we are at peace with and we have a trade agreement with. But I don't really like these guys. I mean, they end up, in a lot of games, they end up attacking you, sort of like betraying you or whatever the deal is. So once our military access is gone, if they decide to break trade, we're going to try to see if we can manufacture maybe a war with them. If not, we're going to have to keep armies next to them anyway when we go to take Kyoto. But we're on track. That was a 4-province gain really quickly, even though it didn't, hurt us as bad in terms of growth. And then at this point, we really just make sure we have to hold Kyoto and Yamato. So Kyoto's over here, and Yamato is, I want to say, right here. Yeah, right here. So we're going to have to go to war against the Hatakeyama anyway, which is fine. It'll be easy, but that's not going to be... Okay. If by the time we get our armies down to Hatakeyama, if Takeda hasn't gone to war with us, then we're going to attack Hatakeyama and take out all of his stuff. And that includes his province way up here, which is also part of his territories. Don't ask me why. If Takeda goes to war with us, because look at this giant stack of army that he's got going on around here. If he does go to war with us, then we'll gut the Takeda. I mean, they only have a few provinces, although they are allied with the Hojo, and looking at Hojo on the map here, Hojo actually has a large number of provinces. He's sitting, wow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's got 10. Hojo's got 10. So if we do end up going to war with, actually it would probably be the Hojo that we end up going to war with, not the Takeda, because Hojo's looking pretty strong. But that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to help me out by hitting that like button down below. Subscribe if you haven't yet to keep up on this playthrough and any of the other playthroughs and videos that I drop on here. I'll see you next time. Take care.